up out of here. It's Friday night. Waiting on the algorithm to let me in. Let me in, algorithm. Let me in. Let me in, algorithm. I left my keys inside. I'm good for that. I'm leaving my keys. What's up, people? Excuse me, man. I'm sliding by you. I'm good for leaving my keys somewhere. Got to be more careful. So thank you for the. I can't see no chats right now. I don't know if y'all chatting with me. Can't see them. What's up, people? How y'all doing today? It's Friday night. How y'all gonna act? It's Friday night. How y'all gonna act? Talk to me. Talk to me. How y'all gonna act? I know how I'm at. As soon as I get done washing my clothes, I'm at the laundromat right now. So when I get done washing my clothes, and get back to the house, it's going down. I'm gonna be by myself. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, that's all you got anyway is yourself. So what's up, girl? Life be life, and a sight for sore eyes you are. I be wanting to cry sometimes. I be like, my life, man. Why my life got to be so complicated sometimes? I be wanting to cry. Man, I'm not the type. I don't like to have too many favorite people. You know, I just be wanting my people to do right, man. Real. That was my little. It's like my little light car. But I'm washing clothes though. Washing clothes. Nope, I have not got no wash machine and dryer because my plans have changed. I don't really like to settle. What's up, Oscar? What's good, Poneda? What's good, Amy? What's up, Oscar? Oscar said, ah. What's up, Sergeant Pugsley? You. What's the moves, yo? It's Friday night. No, not Friday night. It's Saturday night. Excuse me. And then nobody even correct me. Nobody corrected me. It ain't no Friday night. It's Saturday night. Sábado noches. Ice Bank myself. What's up, Charles? What's goody? Hi, bro. What's up? Everybody coming in? Everybody coming in and rocking with me. What's the moves? I like your style, bro. 100. 100, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate the acknowledgement. Hey, man, it won't easy getting back. It won't easy getting back to, like, I'm not even all the way back to myself. You know, like, it won't easy getting this far. Charles can vouch for me. It was not easy getting this far. It was not easy at all. And it took the God in me. It took the God in me. And I'm getting there slowly but surely. I'm getting there. You see the fin in the back. I finally got some wheels. My wheels are still going strong. Amy, Amy. You know what I'm saying? Do you know gold is high right now? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure because it's a resource. Like, you know, I am sure. Those one of the things that something really can't really beat. Like gold and silver. You know, that was trending then and it's trending now. It will forever trend because the earth produces it. But not everybody, you know what I'm saying, can find it. You know what I mean? And it takes equipment. You're not gonna be digging in your backyard and stumble upon a really big gold nugget. America knew what they were doing when they started buying property up. They weren't buying it because they wanted it. They bought it because they were looking for gold. So if you find gold on your property, you better make sure that it's your property. Your name is on the deed and everything. Because if not, America own it. Straight like that. Yeah, but I'm at the laundromat. I don't mind. Um, you know, someone that's really close and dear to me, you know, really put me on to this laundromat. And so I just kind of been coming here. And one thing about this laundromat is they got like little debit cards or little cards you can put your money on. And then the money that you don't spend, it just stays on the card. So it's like I'm able to like carry money over. And I definitely like, it's been great. Like literally, it's been great. I've really been saving money. And that's why Russia went to Alaska want Alaska back, bro. Yeah, because it's all. I mean, we play the games like Clash of the Clans and stuff like that, and the root of it is about resources. That's what it's about. It's about resources. Wants. I mean, I dig it. I dig it. You know, but that's what it's all about. Like I don't know, Sergeant. You must have put something in here. I don't know what Sergeant put in here, but his message got retracted. So you guys got to keep it respectful and just try to keep your comments respectful. I don't know. I don't think he was being disrespectful, but maybe something got flagged. I don't know what it was, but something got flagged. But the whole situation right now with Washington and martial law or whatever, I think that's all Trump then got a bunch of protection. Ever since he started meeting with Putin, he done doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down. I spelled wrong. It's cool. He on and doubled down and all that on his protection around there. Cause out of all places, why you know what I'm saying, deploy that in Washington? Out of all places, why Washington? You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it this time. I dig it, Charles. You know what I'm saying? Ever since Trump started meeting with Putin, you know what I'm saying? That's when all this stuff want to start happening with the martial law, whatever down there. And I feel that, you know, Trump was flexing. Y'all seen when Putin come and just briefly hitting on this topic. When Putin come down here or whatever, Trump always got these jets flying around and these special uniform jets, and he got all this extra stuff going on around Putin, I guess to show off or whatever. And I mean, me personally, I haven't seen no clips where Trump went down there with Putin and Putin doing all of the extra stuff. I haven't seen it, you know. And the stuff I'm talking about, I would really like to be wrong about it when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? Because if I'm wrong about it, then it's not going to end up what I think is going to end up to be. What I'm predicting, I'm self-predicting what it's going to turn out to be, you know. But if I'm wrong, correct me. For real. But yeah, I think it's just really weird. Like it's a chess game. All of this is a chess game anyway. And they always center everything around the king and the queen. The queen is dead. She's gone. Knocked her off the chessboard. Gone. Symbolically for America. So, well, everything's been going good, man. You know, like I haven't. I don't know if you guys know, but you know, I haven't really been doing the church thing. like going to church. I did, like I was going, but then it's like the pastor said something that kind of just made me like retract myself, and he started talking about tax money. He was like, and he sent the offering around again, and that bothered me a lot. That bothered me a lot, and it bothered my daughter too. So, like right when he did that, me and my daughter looked at each other because we was like shocked. We was like, "Are you kidding me?" You know. And so like ever since then, I just kind of questioned that, and I just stopped going there because, you know, it's like at that time I did have money, you know, but it's like I didn't have a job, so it's like I had to sit here. I'm gonna read the comments too, and it's like I'm sitting here having to protect the little money that I do have. You know what I'm saying? And church is the last place I want to sit here and be on extra guard with my money. You know, and that's what it kind of made me feel like. It made me feel like I had to, like, you know, like hold my money like real close. You know, like what are you? Why are you sending this collection plate around? At one point in time, I was giving my kids dollars and nickels and dimes, literally, and you know what I'm saying, and offering, doing the best I can. You know, and so like this go round, I actually gave $5 that go round that day. Matter of fact, I gave $10 that day. You know what I'm saying? I gave $10. So um, for him to pass the plate around again, like to everybody to come back up there, I was like, whoa. I used text to speech, so I made a mistake. It's cool. So you know, for him to do that, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of just fell back off of it. I still kind of stay in good spirits and stuff like that, and I try my best to acknowledge God, especially when the Spirit is talking to me. Like for instance, yesterday the Spirit was talking to me yesterday, and I was in line at the grocery store, and there was this homeless man. He's a man we see around here a lot, and he had a cart with all of his belongings in there, literally all his belongings, and he was behind me, and the Spirit told me pay for his stuff for him. He had like a little blue basket full of, it's like a soda, you know, like items like that. But it was food type stuff, you know. And I told him, I said, listen, can we put both of our stuff together? Because I didn't have much. I didn't have much at all. I had like just a handful of things, literally. And I told him, I was like, you know, can we put our stuff together? And he looked, he said, what you mean? I was like, can we put our stuff together? You know, and I'll pay for it. And he was like, nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. And I was like, I mean, I'll pay for it, man. You can keep your money. You know, you don't have to pay for it. I got you. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm like, you sure? He was like, yeah, I'm sure. And I was like, okay. I turned right back around and started, you know, paying for my stuff. And the Spirit was telling me, like, his lesson right now is pride. His pride is getting in the way. And the Spirit told me that that's the reason why he was in a predicament and the situation that he was in, with the homelessness and stuff like that, because his pride was in the way. And so God used me to basically test him, and he still kind of leaned on his own understanding and not acknowledge that God is actually real and actually is using people. You know, he could have, whatever money he was going to spend, he could have bought him a pair of underwear with it, or he could have used that money to wash his clothes or whatever. Churches when two or more gather in his name, not a building. It's a fellowship, people worshiping the Lord. Amen, Charles. Sergeant Pusley says it's sad whenever they said that they would help the homeless, but they just run them out. Yeah, that's another thing too. I see what they be doing, and I got like it's like three things about homeless that I speak about right now. Number one is you got people who has messed it up for people who's actually homeless. All right, and that's kind of aggravating. All right, because I mean, ain't no way you're gonna be standing in the middle of the road and you have a ripped shirt on, some pants on, and you got one sock on, and you're barefooted, and you're sitting here holding up a sign that says anything helps. Now, I got a thing, like, if you know, if you only got one sock, then don't put one sock on. All right, let's just be barefooted. All right. Secondly, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Me personally, a ripped shirt, that's kind of, I guess it's kind of common, you know what I'm saying? But you can go to a laundromat, literally. If you're homeless, go to a laundromat and ask somebody, hey, listen, I'm homeless. Do you mind giving me a shirt? I mean, that's the thing right there. Another thing is with homeless people is that I feel like there are people that has quit the simulation. They don't want to be a part of the simulation no more. What I mean by that is they don't want to work anymore. They don't want to have a house anymore. They don't want to have to endure the expectations that the simulation has for players. You know what I'm saying? And so, and those people who quit the simulation are the people who just you see them all the time. They homeless all the time. Like their situation has not improved at all. It has not improved at all. They still doing the same stuff, and these people around here been homeless for 4 and 5 years because I've been keeping track with them. I be helping them out. How you doing? I be helping them out, and they be homeless. You know what I'm saying, for 4.5, 5 years. Even so, I feel like those people are the ones who quit the simulation and don't want nothing else to do with the simulation, and so now they just want people to take care of them. I got 3 minutes. You know what I mean? So, because there ain't no way I'm gonna buy a homeless person food and they tell me I don't want that. I'm not hungry. You don't want it for later? I mean, at least you got your dinner taken care of. You know. Yeah. So that's what I got to say about the homeless. That's why I did carpentry. I wanted to create a bunch of tiny homes. That was the plan. The plan was to go ahead and get the little carpentry trade going, and then start working on tiny homes, creating tiny homes, so I can create these neighborhoods, these tiny home villages. That's what it's going to be called, tiny home village, and it's going to be a bunch of people who's, what I'm saying, trying to get back on their feet. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm gonna charge them rent. I am gonna charge them with rent, and it might be, $100 a month. $100 a month just to stay in this village. That's $1,200. That's $1,200 a year per person. You can't really beat that when it comes to like somebody really trying to help you get on your feet. You got your own little quarters. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be like running water or whatever, or there might be a little facility where you can actually go and shower, go and wash clothes or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh man, can you hear me now? So wait, y'all let me talk this long without saying nothing? All right, so I'll repeat myself. Let me know what the last thing you heard, and I got you. Got it, matter. I was speaking about the homeless. A couple things about the homeless. One of them is the fact that you got people who's messed it up for the homeless, so it's hard to try to figure out who's homeless or not. And that's like you don't even want to figure it out. It's just you want to know if they being real, if they faking or not. You know what I'm saying? Posers. You got the posers out there. Then you got homeless people who are picky. You want to give them food, they don't want food. They want money. You know what I'm saying? And the third one, I think that the homeless people are homeless because they wanted to exit the simulation. They don't want nothing else to do with the simulation. They don't want to have to pay a rent anymore, and they don't want that nothing. If they fail at something, they don't like failure. They just tired of failing at it. They can't fail at being homeless. You know what I'm saying? You can't fail at having zero expectations. You cannot. You know? So they don't want nothing else to do with the simulation. They don't want to pay no bills. They just about to get money off of just asking. Because God will provide. The Lord will provide. It's the statement that they got in their head. The Lord will provide. That's how my truck used to sound when I had it. It used to idle just like that. All right, my clothes just finished. I gotta put them in the dryer now. Make sure I got all my cards, because I'd hate to. There's my card right here. I left it. Look where I left it at. I left it right here. I'm glad nobody took it. I'm glad nobody took my card. Alright, so let me get my clothes out of the washer and put it into the dryer. Alright now, so it's almost been a year and I'm supposed to be getting my CDLs back. Oh, and I appreciate the sub. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You gotta check out my content, man. I've been through a lot just to get to this point. But it's almost been a year. And so I'm due to get my CDLs back. Now I gotta figure out what I gotta do to get my CDLs back. What do I have to do to get them? I know I gotta pay a fee, but I don't know if I gotta do a class or whatever the case. If I got to do the classes and stuff like that, I'm not really sure. So, but we definitely getting them CDLs back, and I'm definitely gonna go back to my original plan, which is to leave and travel the world. I'm not gonna be fighting with my kids' mom every time she took the kids. She took the kids again. She took my boys again. Didn't even bring them back. Took them, enrolled them in a whole nother school. Didn't tell me nothing. Didn't tell me anything. So I don't have the boys. And y'all know that they was living with me. All the kids was living with me. And I'm not about to keep, you know what I'm saying, fighting, going back and forth. I'm just about to pack my stuff up and bounce. I'm not about to do that. And she just deal with it. But that's something that's out of my control. I even got the video. I got the video. If I ain't posted it up here, I got the video, and it's going viral on TikTok right now. It's going viral. So who wants to keep going back and forth about some kids? Folks just be like people do that stuff to you to try to stay relevant. Like they try to, you know what I'm saying, stay relevant in your life instead of just being able to sit down and have a conversation. Like, hey, you know, you in love with me or something? Like, if you in love with me and you want me around, just say that. But don't sit here and be doing all this extra stuff, trying to stress me out just so you can get my attention and keep my attention. Like, and what did I do with that card, y'all? Here it is. You know? People just don't know how to act in the world. No, because they're worldly. They're worldly. That's why. Because they're worldly. gotta add some more money to my card. That's one thing about this. If you don't got enough, you gotta add. You have to add like a minimum of like $5. That's how you get to like carry over the funds. But it's still good though. It's still good because sometimes you cannot even have money to put up there, and you got money up there. You know. So yeah, let's get a credit card, and thank God that I have the funds now. I've been through a whole lot. I went through not working. My subscribers, my subscribers saw what I went through. My subscribers kept up with me. Um, it was a time where I couldn't do this. It was a time where I couldn't do this. Then, as I kept moving forward and just putting God first and keeping my head on right, I was reading the Bible. I mean, I'm showing you guys that it works. Like, it works. It works. It definitely works. It God to get you through anything. Look at what He got me through. Look at what He got me through. And you know, I could have went to jail for a very long time. I went for 3 weeks, but it could have been longer because I had powers. I had powers lying on me. Like I had powers abusing their powers, just completely abusing their powers to hem me up. I had a magistrate lie on me, literally lie on me. A magistrate, a judge lied on me, lied on paper, put me in jail because I was recording him. Put me in jail for 3 weeks because I was recording him. But he didn't put that on paper though. He didn't put that on paper though. He lied. I'm still dealing with this DWI thing. I still have not been convicted of DWI. And the girl that put stuff in my drink, they told me that if I don't have proof that she put, you know what I'm saying, something in my drink, then it's pretty much I'm SOL. It doesn't matter. And my thing is this, like they playing those type of games, like they didn't see me driving. The officer did not see me driving. So how is that driving while impaired if the officer don't have proof that I was driving? He didn't pull me over. He just pulled up on the scene. I was outside of the truck. So it's like, okay, so if I say somebody put something in my drink, you know what I'm saying, then we need to investigate that. Just like y'all investigating this, you need to investigate the fact that somebody put something in my drink. The Lord provides to those who actually put forth effort into their faith and effort to try, put forth effort to try and walk the narrow path. That was a very narrow path, and you're right. It was a very, very narrow path. Very, very, very narrow path. And Charles is a top fan. Definitely a top fan, so I appreciate you for being a top fan. Chris is a top fan, and Oscar is a top fan too. You know, Amy Hernandez, she's my I hate to say ex. I really hate to say that, you know, because I really loved her. I really did love her, like love her. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, people just don't quite align, you know, or we can align, but each person can do things, make certain mistakes, and it would throw everything into a misalignment. You know what I mean? So that's the thing with Amy. But she's also on her way to being a top fan here. Just throwing it out there. How did they do that? What you mean, Sergeant? How did they do what? The girl put alcohol in my cup. She was drinking, my drink tastes like water. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's because I end up having like a little small shot of Jose Cuervo. And I filled my cup up. I had a bit like, you know what I'm saying, a cup. I had a cup, you know, a styrofoam cup, you know. a big styrofoam cup, and I had the bowling alley fill my cup up with water, with ice, a bunch of ice, because I wanted to water that stuff down, because I wasn't really trying to be doing a bunch of drinking, because I have my CDLs. No, I'm good on that. And so, but I was like, man, I need to just loosen up a bit, and for the occasion, I sip a little bit, you know. But she ended up buying this really big thing of whiskey, like a really big. I think it was like a half a pint of whiskey. And while we was bowling, and I think they put something else in my cup too, because I just didn't like the vibes that I was getting. It seemed like I was the only one having fun at one point. And when I put my cup down the first time when it was bowling, the guy that was there, he had this look on his face, like a really sneaky look on his face. And I never forget it, and that's how I know something was up. I never forget this look he had on his face. And so while I was bowling, I had asked the girl to go bring me my cup. Um, I just got a text message. And so when I asked her to give me my cup, she brought it to me. And I seen like the ice, like a piece of ice floating on top. So I assumed that, okay, my drink that I was drinking, it melted. Everything melted. So that was what I wanted. I wanted it to water all of that stuff down, dilute it. So I have more water than actual alcohol. So after I drank it, once I got to the bottom of my cup, it started tasting really bitter. And I kind of threw the cup back up, and I spilled some on me. And I asked her, I was like, wiping my mouth. I was like, is this my cup? And she had this smile on her face, like, uh-huh. And I was like, did you put something in it? And she was like, uh-huh. I put my liquor in it. And I said, oh man, just like that. And I knew, you feel me? So, like, I was like, damn, like, but I won't upset. It's just, you know, I didn't think that it was gonna do me like that. You know what I mean? Like the way that it did me. Like so much happened with myself. I couldn't get myself together. It was just more than that. Like, I remember my body just not doing what I needed it to do. And I remember asking myself, why can't I get myself together? What's wrong with me? Like, I remember being up here. I was up here, but my body was just doing something else. And I was like, why I can't get myself together? What's wrong with me? You know, like, I could not get myself together to save my life. And the only number that crossed my mind was my dad's phone number. And like, ever since that situation that happened when he, like, my ex-wife was saying that they were sleeping together or messing around and stuff like that. I haven't talked to him since then, but that was the only number that was burnt in my head to call. And when I called, it just went straight to voicemail every single time. So I pulled my phone out and hid my phone and started recording the whole thing, because I was afraid of what they was gonna do to me, because so many police officers had showed up. And you know I refused sobriety, like the sobriety test, so automatically I lost my CDLs for a year because of that. And in training they tell us that, but I wasn't in my right mind, apparently. And I got upset at the fact that he's saying he's trying to articulate a crime versus asking me, are you okay, what's wrong. He's trying to articulate a crime. It's like nowadays you gotta protect your drink whenever you're inside places. So true, Pugsley, people. So true, Pugsley. People can be so in the wrong they don't even realize how wrong they are acting. Yeah, that is true. And the substances don't make it no better. Being under the influence doesn't make it any better until you come down. That's why people say, like, folks be delusional. You know what I'm saying? You be under that substance of delusion, and once you come down off of it, you start to realize, like, yo, you know. So I just been through a lot, man. My kids' mom, that situation, then me getting my CDL. It's a joyride. Me doing all that hard work to get my CDLs just to have them taken from me. Didn't even get to put them into use. They had them taken from me. Now Now, right now, I had to put a breathalyzer in my car because of that. Just this past month, and now I think I got to do that for a year, and so it'll be a whole 2 years that this situation's been going on. A whole nother 2 years in my life, I have to deal with this crap. This first year flew by. I'm not gonna hold you. This first year flew by. This first year, right after I got out of jail, I ended up losing my job. I got a job as soon as I got out of jail back in October, but then ended up losing the job before Christmas, and the job didn't even pay me for Christmas. So my kids, they missed out on Christmas here with me. I couldn't afford it. I didn't have the money to because the job didn't. They was paying me every week, and then they stopped and paid me 2 weeks after they fired me. So I missed Christmas. They paid me the week after Christmas. What kind of stuff is that? So I got a discrimination charge with them, and that's sticking. That is sticking. Yep, that is sticking. And so now, like I said, like all of this, everything I've been through just taught me how to cherish and value things. So this job I got, like I said, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it's really been an up and down thing with me and my ex. It's been an up and down type of thing. So I let her, we'll get back together or something like that or whatever. And it's just not the same. And I guess we just need time apart or whatever the case is, you know. Um, but I do got perfect attendance at my job still. My alternator not too long ago just went bad on the car, and I didn't have the money to change it, like to take care of it right then. And so my ex stepped in and willingly bought me an alternator. Me personally, I told her don't do it. I told her no. I told her, and it's because I didn't want to. I was already playing catch up with my bills, and I just didn't want to put myself in further debt. You know what I mean? So, but she did it. She bought the alternator for me, and she wanted money back for it. And I told her, I changed the brakes on her mom's car, which I did. I didn't. Somebody been burning out, but I changed the back brakes because she went and had somebody change the front brakes, and they didn't change it all the way around. It's like a whole bunch of mess, But so she did contribute to me keeping a perfect attendance, and I greatly appreciate it, and I'll be definitely showing some more love in that direction, to show my appreciation for that, despite everything that me and her been through. You know, I'm gonna show my appreciation to everybody who has definitely um, contributed and you know took a leap out on faith on me and really invested in me in the times where I needed it the most, and they didn't give me no pushback. Sergeant Pusley says, "Are you doing okay now?" Right now, I mean, right now, I'm okay. Like, um, I'm okay. Like, when I said that, I got the feeling like when you say you forgive somebody, that feeling like you're sure. It's like right here. Like, I'm okay. I'm kind of lonely though. Like I really miss. I can't keep encountering. It's not the same. Like I think my life is just kind of shot. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't fall in love. It's only but so many times you can fall in love. That's like limited. Like falling in love has a limit. You know what I'm saying? You can love somebody, but falling in love with them, you can really. It's a limit. In my opinion, there's a limit to that. And I've already fallen in love just so far, like maybe twice in my life. And that was with my kids' mom, and that was with my ex Amy. Them are the only two women that I've ever literally fallen in love with. And now, especially after everything that happened with my ex, now I don't think I can fall in love with anybody else. I think I'm just good. Like it's just not the same. It's just really not the same. And these days now, I'm encountering women with kids, and the kids are getting younger, and it's like I don't want to say nobody wants to date a woman with kids. I just think that it's just kind of crazy how you can just have a kid and then you and that father is no longer together. Like That means that you don't have any experience being a family. You know what I'm saying? Coexisting with a man, with a child, like you don't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm just, I think I'm just good on the love thing. You know, the devil will try corrupt with the corrupted. Sometimes it's God's will and a way to show the path. You right, Charles, man. You're always right, Charles. Sergeant Pugsley, the thing to do nowadays is to work out, play some video games, and do some hobbies to keep yourself distracted. You're right. Let me tell you something, Pugs. Man, I be on PUBG. I play PUBG again. Amy, she'll come up here. Amy, and I did a song with Amy too. So you can go to my page, right? And look up the song Drill Shawty. You know what I'm saying? I did that. We did that. I dedicated that to her. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can check that out so y'all can see how we was together. But it's called Drill Shawty. Um, but I play PUBG, and just here lately, I've been looking at trying to find some workout equipment, so a weight bench and stuff like that. And I did kind of price one because I'm gonna end up just turning my garage into a little gym, you know, or something, so I can be out there pumping on weights while I'm on my days off. You know, I already eat healthy. I do eat healthy. I eat salads, watermelon, fruit. You know what I'm saying? Only time I eat something different is if somebody probably cook it, you know, and it's very rare that, especially since I haven't had my boys, I don't really be doing a bunch of cooking because it's really just me and my daughter, you know what I'm saying? And she's getting older, so trying to get her ready for driver's ed. She's in high school now, so it's time. She just hit high school, so it's time to go ahead and get her in driver's ed too, so she can start driving. I can get her a car and stuff like that because that's what she asked for. You know what I'm saying? And she deserves it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I play games, PUBG on the Xbox, uh, and Facebook Marketplace, looking for the deals. Um, I don't really go out much, you know, uh, and TikTok. Other than that, I'm working. I'm more of an Ark survival eccentric guy myself. LOL. Kids love seeing all the dinosaurs. Yeah, yeah. Man, one thing I'm gonna tell you something about kids, man. They like to explore. You know, so camping is very good for kids. They like to explore. You know, they like to touch on stuff too. So taking them outside and explaining what kind of tree this is, or what kind of, or picking up different kinds of rocks and stuff like that really intrigues kids. You know what I'm saying? It's showing them something different. You got to be careful. Those tablets kind of replaces the exploration. Like it replaces that. And I was telling a female friend of mine that, you know, that like that show Rachel, like that show is like a second parent. Like if it's like for single people type of deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? While that mother doing something, Rachel talking to that child. You know what I'm saying? So that those things, those tablets and those shows like what's that show called? Gracie's Corner, or well, not Gracie's Corner, um, or not Coco Melon. Well, something slight. It just depends on what those shows teaching the kids. You know what I'm saying? But they like stand-in parents. You know what I'm saying? Good, because the worst thing is to be unhealthy. Yes, the worst thing is to be unhealthy. And that's another thing. I have to do a medical exam for my CDLs, and the last thing I want to sit here and go through is, oh, you have high blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure. I go to the doctor twice a month. I go to the doctor twice a month. I get checked out twice a month. You know what I'm saying? So I know I don't have no, and for me to keep it that way, I'm gonna eat healthy. Literally, salad is a part of my diet. I eat a really big bag of salad from Sunday to Thursday. I eat a really big bag of salad. Salad, grilled chicken strips, and then croutons, and that's it. Salad dressing. That's it. And then I eat watermelon when I run out of salad, or I eat the watermelon on my first little break, and then I eat the salad on my lunch. You know what I'm saying? Keep the inside, like keep your BMs, like, you know what I'm saying, keeping track of your BMs. Now I will say I need to drink more water because I've been drinking Gatorade. Powerade. That's all I've really been drinking is Powerade. And I haven't really been drinking soda like that either. You know, I probably had maybe a bottle of soda yesterday, like a little, what's the name, a Pepsi, but that was because I was eating some sweets that my neighbor gave me. Speaking of the neighbor, the prejudice one, um, he just left his wife. Like she told me yesterday, and she's legally blind. He just up and left her. And my landlord came and told me like a couple days ago that he did that he left. I'm gonna tell y'all about that. Probably not this live, but I'm gonna tell y'all about that because we had another incident and I called the police on him. I called the police on him because every time I cut my yard, he gets his company to drive across my yard. And to test that theory, that day I cut that yard. And I'm in my driveway trying to slow them down because I seen them pull back in. And I'm sitting here like, no, no, no. And next thing you know, drove right across my yard. And there's a driveway literally in front of his house that they can just pull into, but they'd rather drive. Who watch their neighbor cut the yard and then drive across their neighbor's yard after they cut it? You know what I'm saying? That was very disrespectful. So I called the laws. I called the laws. Took a picture of the vehicle and everything on my property and everything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that at all. That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair. It's a movie. Have you ever watched Major Payne? Of course, I love Major Payne. Love Major Payne. He made them boys wear dresses. He made them all put dresses on, which is very weird when you think about how the movie industry is now. When folks wear a dress, it's a ritual. But he put all them boys in dresses. And wasn't Orlando Brown, wasn't he one of them boys in dress? Charles K., we went fishing today. They had a great time. Even though we all are burnt out, tomorrow we are going to an air show. Ooh, I don't fly, but when my wife won tickets and I rode in a World War II bomber, yo, that's flawless. That's dope, yo. Yo, shout out to Charles. That's dope, man. Yo, that's dope. That is dope, man. That's what's up, man. You about to have a ball, man. You gonna be like a kid in a candy store. Your wife probably gonna hear you scream. Well, I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna be just happy, man. Congratulations, man. Congratulations, yo. That's what's up. Man, she driving and looking at the phone. But she looking more at the phone than driving. That's why she going so slow. Congratulations. I would like to do stuff like that. But I gotta leave. I gotta move out of here. I gotta leave this place in order for me to do that. I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here in order for me to be able to participate in stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to take my kids I want to go bungee jumping, like parachuting. I want to take my kids to like the monster truck shows and stuff like that. I want to take them to theme parks. I want to do those kind of things. These jobs around here don't pay us to do that stuff. They just pay us to go to work and come home. I was talking with my oldest brother yesterday, and he was like, "Man, I'm working 6 to 6, man, Monday through freaking Friday, and when I get up Saturday, man, this and that, And I'm sitting here telling him, like, man, brother, I think that's too long at work. A Monday through Friday, 12 hours is too. You spending too much time at work. That's too much. At that point, your house is just like a break room. It's not really your house, man. Yeah, it's not really your house. I can see my clothes. They're still drying. Yeah. So congratulations, man. Hey, get some footage of it, man. Charles, please. Get some footage, man. I got to see that. I want to see it from your point of view. Like, I want to see that, Charles. I definitely want to see that, man. That is so awesome. That is so cool, man. I'm going to start doing some traveling, too. I'm definitely going to start doing some traveling. All right? Because I'm tired of being in this area. I want to, like, venture out. I want to venture out and go and sightsee and stuff like that. My daughter, she's in high school now, so Monday through Friday she's in school. Since Cleveland took them kids, took my boys, They ain't called me. They haven't called me, and like I said, she ain't told me what school they in. She ain't, she ain't called me. She ain't done none of that. And I sent her a text message, and I can post it up here. I sent her a text message and told her that, I'm at a point now where I don't care whether she lives or dies. And I told her that I never thought that I'd get to that point, and it's certainly not a point that I want to be at. But it's like the same. It's like the amount of disrespect, and it's like nothing's been done about it, you know. And I told her, I mean, I probably can just read it all to you guys. I don't mind. It wasn't a negative text message. I was trying to see if she wanted to meet up so we can kind of just touch bases. I told her that, it seemed like we're co-parenting worse than our parents was, and it seemed like we're worse than our parents. And I feel like, what I'm saying, that we just need to be doing better at co-parenting. I'm always trying to get control of the situation in a positive way. So, what I'm saying? But it's like she just want complete total control so she can say she has power or whatever, because she has no more power nowhere else. So she just try to have power over the kids and over me, if anything, you know. Yeah. But so today though, I had a good day today. I pretty much I got up at like 4 o'clock this morning, and I started doing my hair. Start doing my hair and stuff like that. And then after I got that situated, I um I ended up going back to sleep, and I ain't been too long. Just got up. That's why I'm out. That's why I'm out right now. And plus, it was hot, and my AC went out on the car, and so I'm not gonna try to fix it myself. I'm just gonna take it to a shop and just let them fix it or do whatever they got to do with it. And it was hot, so that's why I just kind of stayed in the house until it kind of cooled down, and I could come out and just take care of this business. This gray hair, y'all see this gray hair coming in? But I take my Bible everywhere, and I do crack it open, you know. But we came a long way. We, we came a long way. I wanted to choose the wrong decision so many times, y'all have no idea. I just wanted, like, and the devil was at me. The devil was showing me these visions of me unaliving myself, and then showing me visions of how people was gonna act when they found out. You know what I'm saying? It was showing me them type of visions. Was showing me like, and people are only gonna temporarily grieve. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna the traditional thing. They're gonna scramble, try to get money up to bury you or whatever the case is. Then you got the wake. Everybody's all crazy, or they probably ain't going crazy. And then you got the funeral, and then everybody goes somewhere and eat, and that's it. I'm gone. Hang it up. That's it. You know. But I chose God, and I chose the reward. I chose my inheritance. I chose all of that. I'm not no weak man. I am definitely not no weak man. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to do the right thing. Well, look at this. I found this on the ground. Found a whole lighter on the ground. Ain't that something? For real. What time is it? It is 9:35. My clothes will be done around like 9:50. Man, I'm going to be heading home to try to enjoy the rest of my night. I have to work tomorrow night, and I didn't want to be at the laundromat on my pretty much last partial of a day off. I wanted to be at home. So I did make a new song. However, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, I made another song. It ain't like vulgar or nothing like that. and I'm still kind of working on it, you know. But I forgot, what did I call it? Love Ties. That's what it's called. It's called Love Ties. So I might be posting that on up here. Might be posting that whole lighter. The devil want me to start back smoking. He wants me to start back smoking so he can give me cancer. Not today. Not today.